But what would end up happening is I'd be so resentful that my man controlled my life that much, it wouldn't work.
But is it control?
And that is just the truth. It's absolute control.
Or is it respect? Most men are terrified of marriage. Why? Because they fear divorce.
I am not scared.
That's the problem.
And no, it's not.
That's the
I
problem.
will always choose myself.
That's the problem.
I will choose.
You choose yourself, but not a man.
She said God was third
Like, this is
on
what
the
happens,
list.
right? Like, they forget they represent the men they have. So now, what are we all thinking about the that this girl is with?
So he is more important than your man. Oh no, he's not. But you're contradicting yourself. You sound crazy.
Maybe a good representation, because you have to change some stuff. And that's not to say that you don't have to change certain aspects, but why is it that a relationship now commands more of you that as a single person didn't?
She like she about to fart.
Oh. You gotta be independent of your partner. No, I agree with that. Look, I'm here right now. Before this, I was at a laser hair removal appointment. Before that, like, I'm not saying you have to be up under your man all the time. I'm saying that there are certain things that I think create intimacy, which is not always sexual, by the way, but intimacy. And I don't think that we as women should be spreading our intimate things with men. I just don't think that.
Now, I think the intimacy looks different for me, right? It's the bond that I share when I'm having a tough day and I'm talking about the fragility of my parents being older.
Mm-hmm.
It could be maybe finance or work stress or whatever. But sometimes shooting the shit with a friend does look different with your partner. Maybe I need to vent for a second.
Where are your girlfriends?
They're there too.
Okay, so if you're already having those conversations with your girlfriends, why then do you also need to have those conversations with him?
Why
Because
not?
there's a part of your intimate capacity that he is taking. So much so that if your partner were to say, I don't really, I love him.
Intimate capacity.
Yeah, we have capacity for everything,
We
right?
are humans.
I guess that person is that important to me then.
So is that person more important? If your person were to come to you right now that you've been with for 3 years and say, you know what? I love the dynamic, but I don't want you guys to have a one-on-one
My
relationship
romantic
anymore. Would you say
partnership
yes or
shouldn't
no?
be placed
I'm
in a
not gonna hold
hierarchy
you,
with the
Sarah.
other
I
men
would
because
be
of gender.
so icked out. I would be so icked out that he
And you're serious.
I'm dead ass.
This is what I be. I know you are.
and you know what's very difficult about it?
That is so
I love
perplexing
my
to
friend.
me. Yeah.
We've been friends longer than my relationship, right? I probably would sacrifice him.
Who,
because
your
I'm
friend?
because I'm that in love with my man. At
Okay.
this point, right? Which sucks. But what would end up happening is I'd be so resentful that my man controlled my life that much, it wouldn't work.
But is it control?
And that is just the truth. It's absolute control.
Or is it respect? Because I don't think that's control
Throw
at
that
all.
goddamn word in here.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Respect.
But that's the thing,
If you respect me, if you love me, if you care about me, again, the same way that cheating would hurt me.
Yeah.
Why does it go differently than you removing someone that I care about? That would hurt me for me to have to
But the
disregard
barometer
this.
for respect for you and I are both different.
No, no, we're not. I'm not keeping it on respect. I'm talking about hurt. If cheating is something that would hurt you, why is it then okay for him to set this boundary that essentially would remove someone from your life that would hurt you? Why is there a hierarchy of hurt here for what's allowed and what's not allowed?
So this is what I think. I think that this is why it's so important, number one, for us to know ourselves, right? Because for me, there's not a man on this planet that I would choose over my husband.
Or
I don't care. No,
Yeah, no.
for sure,
You're
right?
choosing
I'm choosing my husband. And this too, right?
You choose
this is-
everybody over that man. That man over everybody.
I am.
There we go.
Because this is your once in a lifetime, platinum needle in a haystack, swing for the fences, best friend, confidant, lover, husband.
But that's not true because people have multiple husbands.
No, and that's the thing. You see it different. So what I'm saying is you got to choose a person that sees it the same way as you see it. I would never
guess that's
choose
why
a
we're in
man.
this
Yes,
scenario.
I would never choose a man that felt like he needed to go out with his girlfriends all the time and then would try to play me like I'm insecure. Nah, Negro, I don't feel respected when
granted.
you're out with a bunch of different women. So
That
we
makes-
have to choose the people that make the most sense for us. And on top of that, I feel like because when y'all are saying the words that are coming out of your mouths, like this makes sense to me in my mind. And not to make a debate, but in my mind, I'm like, y'all don't want to be married. That's what my underlying voice says, because ultimately what you're saying is there's another man that is more important than your
Where is the
man. And
importance
why
at
would
all?
your man
The
choose?
importance of going to a bar,
Yes.
Sarah, frankly, saying that, and I can only speak from wanting to be married.
Yes.
The commitment, the
Yes.
love, that
Yes.
I
I want
measure with this
commitment and
person
love
for a
too.
lifetime, the children.
Yes.
God,
We know,
I don't
Annie.
want
We
children
know.
out of wedlock. I
Yes.
want to honor each other's family,
Yes.
each other's families. I love how blended we are now. I love how we take care of each other.
Yes.
There's no world where that friendship, sorry, Andre, I love you to death, means more than that.
But this is the thing.
But my
This is
man
like,
don't have the issue where he feels like I can't walk outside and go to a bar with
but
him.
Weezy, here,
There's not a place in his brain where
Right.
he's going like, and now she's gonna suck his dick at TGI Friday.
It's not about that. It's
You
not
don't go to
about
no
the
TGI
sexual act.
Fridays,
So,
all right.
so let me say this. So, because I'm glad that you said that. When you bring up your man and you're like, there's not a piece that would act that would make me choose. I'm choosing my man over Andre, right?
Right.
But you also said over time you would resent him so much that you would end up breaking up.
Correct.
Meaning, wait, let me finish.
Isolated from Andre.
Right.
This is something
But
that you took from me.
No, he didn't. Because that's the thing in marriage.
3 years?
Let me tell you. Look, y'all, and I'm not trying to be a preacher. I'm not a perfect person. I have not figured out marriage. I am not a couple's goal. I am not Black excellence. I am just one person that is committed to my person and figuring the shit out. But what I can tell you is most men are terrified of marriage. Why? Because they fear divorce. If you are marrying a woman that ultimately on a subconscious level is telling you that she does not choose you all the way, that there are caveats or conditions on the way that she chooses you, or because you made her sacrifice something that meant something to her, you think that's going to be the only thing you sacrifice in marriage?
I will tell you this flat out. I am not scared to lose a man. I am not scared to
That's
get
the
divorced.
problem.
And no, it's not.
That's the
I
problem.
will always choose myself
That's
first.
the problem.
I will choose.
You choose it first, but not a man.
Always first. And then my kids, and then God. And I'm gonna tell you why.
God come third.
Damn.
Let me tell you. But here's where it is for me, right?
I'm listening.
I would probably, if you told me right now, my man needs my
Y'all,
fucking left.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't relate to nothing. I'm just over here listening to y'all.
I believe
This all sounds nuts to me. Everything out of both of y'all's mouths, I'm like, is this the married people debate? We don't went over on time, bitch. We got.
Oh God.
They don't want to be married.
No,
She
that
don't
be
want.
trash. That be
Shorty
trash.
and the yellow don't want to be married at all.
No, she doesn't want to go to heaven either. That bitch is trash. She just said it's me, my
She
kids.
said God is third. She
I
said
am
God
scared.
was third.
Like this is
on
what
the
happens,
list.
right? Like, and they forget they represent the men they have. So now, what are we all thinking about the nigga that this girl is fucking with?
He is.
you gotta
Oh no,
respect the
something
man
ain't
at all.
right with that man. Something ain't right in his brain. Cause what?
Men are territorial about the women they love.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
saying.
scared for my
So
son to
what
grow up
I
to
find
do a
is
woman like
that
this. This is
we have
crazy.
conversations surround intimacy, like the wife was trying to tell the 304s. When we say intimacy, low vibrational people are just people who are not familiar with the depths of that. They just think intimacy equates sex. It does not. You have to be able to have conversations, and you have to be able to express your love languages and have a non-sexual understanding of each other. Without that, you don't even really have intimacy. You're just having physical masturbation with each other. But I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
Those young ladies have a
When I
lot.
said that shit, y'all was mad at me.
What?
I'm sorry. What you say? Will?
When I said that niggas be using y'all just to masturbate, because instead of they using y'all pussy to masturbate instead of their hands, motherfuckers had a problem when I said it.
Oh no, I agree. I said hypersexual people normally do that, and people who don't have real connections. That's what you all do. You're just physically using somebody else to masturbate because you don't want to use your hand and your toy. But again, those young ladies, you can't have conversations with those young ladies, and not even just young ladies. You can't have conversations with women like that who are just so closed-minded and already have this expectation. And that's why we had the conversation earlier and we're making the points. They're not really aware of who they are, and if they are, who they are and what they want are not directly correlating. Like it's going like this. Like you doing everything that a single woman will do, and at the same time you saying you want to be a wife. It's not even possible. When that woman was saying, I choose my husband, I choose my husband, I choose my husband, and they were laughing, that right there, like you wouldn't even have to let the clip play anymore. It's almost women like that are jealous when wives have husbands and they put them on that pedestal. It's like you don't have a husband and you don't have someone who respects you and has put you in that position. So you try to clown other women to try to make them feel like they doing too much for their husband, which is something that you're literally on this couch saying is something that you desire, but you still feel like you require it, but you ain't done none of the work, like I said. So,
but she sat there and said, "There's nobody more important than my man." And then said, "Yeah, but I'm gonna resent him for me not being my friends with this man no more." So he is more important than your man. Oh no, he's not. But you're contradicting yourself. You sound crazy.
Let me tell you something.
Which one is it?
Piggyback off of what you just said, because in the that male friend that I described earlier, I tell him, I said, I've told him when I was in a relationship, I said, look, bro, I'm gonna have to cut you off. We can't be friends. I'm not trying to be funny. Just out of respect for my relationship. I understand that I may have mentioned you to my man and things of that nature, but respectfully, I'm going to have to diminish some of these conversations because it's not really much that I am talking, because we're on the phone talking about what? Why my man just laying here just listening to me talk to another man when I could just talk to my man? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm one of those women. I don't care what y'all call, not y'all, but I don't care what anybody call it. I love my man. I need my man. I want my man. I'm there for my man. I do everything and anything that I can possibly for my man. That build him up if I need to, because that's my man. Who gonna check things out that go bump in the night? Because I ain't getting up.
Right. It ain't gonna be me.
It ain't gonna be me. We need these men just as well. They do need us in at a certain degree. And I don't know why we keep going at war with each other about we don't need the hell.
We need each other.
We need my man. Please and thank you.
So is there because I mean, respect to Toya and her loyalty to her man, like that's commendable. Like, don't change that energy. As you were talking though, because this is a conversation I've had a lot of times, I think people think that there's a single you and then there's a relationship you. And I've never subscribed to that perspective. I feel like and believe you should be living the highest level of characteristics, and it should be fluid to transition from single to relationship. What I find a lot of times is people live degenerately and then think that when they get in a relationship, well, I gotta stop doing this stuff, because they clearly know this stuff is not at the highest level of character. You know, whether it's, you know, drug related, going to strip clubs, whatever it may be that your partner would shame. And I can speak from myself. That's where it's always been challenging. There is no versions of me. Like, I'm the same dude in and out of a relationship. That's how I live my life. So I feel like a lot of times people do this. They do the duality. You get one version single, and then you get the different version. So you have to cut off folks and change up stuff, because you really weren't living, in my opinion, a life of. It didn't have maybe a good representation, because you have to change some stuff. And that's not to say that you don't have to change certain aspects, but why is it that a relationship now commands more of you that as a single person didn't? That
because
is where
you don't have that other person. You don't have that accountability to hold on to. I mean, of course, I'm not single me versus one. Let's put this in perspective. What did they say? Obama had to walk as if he was a president before he became the president, right? So he has to carry himself in that way. True, you're going to carry yourself, oh, this is my characteristic, but everyone's still in their own world going to have a different perspective of you. You may think I am a well-spoken black man, somebody else, I'm like, that nigga talk like a white person. What the hell is going on? Like, they're going to have different perspectives of you. It doesn't matter how you feel as though that you're portraying yourself to them. At the end of the day, if you're in this relationship, yes, we have to make compromises. Yes, we have to keep that sort of consistency and things of that nature. We're going to move a lot more differently than we would move as if we were single. Now, I'm not saying that you got to be completely topsy-turvy with it, but you're going to make some type of arrangements for your relationship. You got to come to that compromise. You got to come to that conversation and say, hey, this is what I like and what I don't like. Those boundaries, those things that you don't want to cross, that you don't want your partner to feel a kind of way about. It's just mutual respect. At the end of the day, it's just mutual respect at the end of the day. However, I still agree with you. You should still carry yourself to the closest same characteristics that you keep on a day-to-day basis. You shouldn't be that detrimental of a change. I agree with you 110%, but you're going to make a little bit of a change. You're going to make a little bit. So I agree with you.
Thank you. That's where I was coming from.
So true.
Go ahead.
Oh. No, I was going to say, I'm one of the complete change people, right? When it was a change from being single and just, being younger with my guys and what the stuff we'd be up to being married, to being a parent. Like I had complete shifts. They were like 5-year shifts. You know what I'm saying? Like, from recklessness to responsibility to self-sacrifice to complete placing the other people above or ahead of me in regards to what I think is necessary to be done for my family. But by me going through those phases, I feel like I don't regret anything, or I don't have that like, oh, I wish I would have done this aspect at all. I'm like, yeah, I did all the shit I wanted to do. I did it till I didn't want to do it no more, and then I went to the next phase. And with that, I was able to, you could call it mature or just reprioritize, because there are people who don't ever want to have a family and kids and be in that position. You know, it's not, I don't think it's the majority, but the people that, so I don't want to say that I mature and they're not mature, but yeah, for me, it was how I viewed it, as maturing through those phases.
And trust me, I get it to the degree that if you are conducting yourself, again, like you said, in a manner that is not becoming, like bed to bed, you out till 7, 8 in the morning, you showing up to work late. But that's where, again, for me, that's always been a challenge. Transition into relationship is like you meet certain people and they're expecting, from what Toya said, well, you're supposed to change to now create an environment that is best suited for my feelings. And I'm like, assess my life and tell me where I'm lacking. Typically, you know, not perfect by no means, but the things I'm doing transition into a relationship. I'm not reckless. You ain't gotta have my habits change. But it seems like that's more common than not, that people want to do what they want to do. They smoke up, they drink up, they be reckless, and then now they get in a relationship, and the relationship commands more. And I'm like, why not just be more prior to the status change? It should be easier, but
well, the answer to that question is I want to have fun. So there you have it. I'm just keeping it sleeve.
Marcus, how old were you though when you got married?
Shit. What year is this? 2026. I've been with my wife like
2010, you got married?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 09, 2010. Okay.
Yeah. God damn, you been married for 16 years, nigga?
You said it.
No, I've been with her 16 years. We've been married for like
fuck that. Congratulations.
7, 8 years.
Yeah, congratulations, bro. That's tough. I didn't know y'all been together that long.
And for clarity purposes, I just want to make this, and especially, well, I'm not gonna say especially. I'm gonna say true. I don't want this to. How I speak is out of passion, not aggression. I'm not here attacking or this, that, and the third or anything of that nature. I'm just simply passionate. You'll trust me. If you ever see me angry, it's a different animal. I mean, animal. Don't all. Who said all man? Come to the front.
We had enough of that last.
But please just understand this is totally from passion. It's somebody pointed him. It's him. Okay, I knew it. Yeah, the owner. But nonetheless, is all from passion. This is all love and things of that nature. I don't want y'all to feel as though I'm attacking absolutely anyone.
JR gonna have the chat spoiled.
No, like this. We appreciate the pushback. You could have pushed back even more. It makes for interesting shows. Like you can go in. You know what I'm saying?
What?
They did it. Yeah, child.